videos where you've got the energies and the UFO all on tape like that. So that's extraordinary.
While the team finds the video evidence impressive, the low quality of the analog tape calls the footage into question. Tickle and Parsons, however, are convinced that this footage is indeed evidence of Earth energies and UFOs over Stonehenge.
UFOs seem to travel along ley lines, along the energy grid, as if they're attracted to it. But in this particular case, what we saw over the barrow was that UFOs seem to be winking in and out of existence, almost as though they're traveling in between dimensions.
Moving on to the famous standing stones at the center of the Stonehenge complex, the team meets with Maria Wheatley and Leslie Taylor.
As we have special access to the stones, let's go in and see if we can find a ley line.
The team is curious to see if they can trace intersecting lines of energy, which are said to lie under Stonehenge, with the ancient art of dowsing. Dowsers believe that when a sensitive person passes over a line of force, involuntary muscle movements occur. Handheld sticks or metal rods exaggerate the tiny movements and make them more visible. The dowsing rod has no intrinsic power of its own. It acts only as an indicator of forces being detected by the human body.
Ley lines are lines of force, and ancient sites such as Stonehenge were sited upon these lines. So if we stand just about here and I walk across the grass here, my rod should cross roughly about there and about 4 or 5 paces further on. And that's the width of the energy band coming in towards the altar stone. And the altar stone was over there. It was the central piece in the monument. And there we go. There's the first reaction. And there's the second reaction, which is perfectly in line with the heel stone. Would you like a go?
That's amazing. Sure.
Maria claims she has discovered one of the lines of energy running through Stonehenge. Pat attempts to duplicate her findings.
I am walking. It's doing a thing. Didn't really go all the way this side. It's pointing that way now. I swear I'm not doing anything. I'm just walking very slowly.
Look at that.
Okay, wow. I did not do that.
Look, and it's right by that stone.
I am not doing this.
Well done. Well done.
Well done.
It really did turn. And it turned both times. And I have to say, I was really weirded out by it. I've never done it before, and I wasn't sure what to make of it. But it did turn, so there is something to it.
Ted wants to see if Maria and Pat are reacting to some form of magnetic field. The team retraces the path where the dowsing rods initially reacted, but this time, Ted scans the area with a handheld magnetometer, which will indicate the strength and direction of any magnetism.
Okay, stop. Oops.
Zero. Maybe it's not magnetic field.
That's the obvious conclusion, that it's not a magnetic field.
No reading here.
Although the magnetometer showed no reading, both Maria and Pat detected lines of energy.
I don't see any magnetic effect going on here.
Ted decides to change one key element of the test to see whether the dowsing will still work. He is amazed at the results.
I got pretty excited about that.
Could this be proof positive that some unknown force energizes the countryside around Stonehenge? Could this be the same unknown force that makes Sedona, Arizona a reported UFO hotspot? At Stonehenge, Pat and Maria used dowsing rods to discover a hidden line of force. To test whether Pat was subconsciously duplicating Maria's findings, Ted brings intern Jeff Tomlinson to the site, blindfolds him, and leads him down the same path. Jeff has been told nothing about ley lines or Maria and Pat's dowsing experiment.
Well, first he arrived to the site, and he had never been there. We blindfolded him, so he couldn't see where he was at the site. And guess what happened? It moved 3 times. We did 3 tests, so we did repeatability as well. I got pretty excited about that because you know, I was a little skeptical this morning because we had a professional dowser. You know, there's a lot of bias in that. So I was looking for another measurement with our guinea pig, you know, somebody who isn't a dowser.
Even blindfolded and having no prior knowledge of the area, Jeff's dowsing rod moved at the same place as Maria's and Pat's.
It's one more piece of bias that we have to be concerned about, and that's the idea that you can tip and tilt, you know, this and force it to go there or there.
On uneven ground.
Yeah, so we developed this impromptu pendulum system, which basically hangs vertically straight to the ground. We removed Jeff's ability to turn his hand, and lo and behold, it didn't work.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we did it 6 times.
So when you eliminate the human touch, the rod doesn't move.
Is this proof that energy vortexes can be detected?
So does that mean that you, as a scientist, think that there may be something to the ley line thing?
I'm meant to be an objective, scientific observer here and not be biased. I have to admit, after that first test we did, I was pretty excited.
We know that birds use the Earth's magnetic field to navigate when migrating. So the idea that people can also detect energy through a means not yet fully understood is plausible. The team feels their experiments here support the theory that the human body can detect Earth's energies. The team concludes Stonehenge satisfies all 4 criteria for UFO vortex detection. But is it a vortex? The team returns to the U.S. to see if one of the most puzzling sites in North America, Sedona, Arizona, can meet the definition of UFO vortex as well. Sedona, Arizona, approximately 115 miles north of Phoenix, is famous for the spectacular mountains of red stone which ring the area. The color comes from a high concentration of iron, which some believe acts as a powerful conductor of magnetic and electrical energies. Could this be the explanation for Sedona's long history of inexplicable phenomena? The Sedona area has the highest per capita rate of UFO sightings in the United States, according to the team.
Sedona is one of the great UFO hotspots. It's got a lot of legend, got a lot of history. People have come to Sedona specifically to climb places like Bell Rock and look at Castle Rock and all the wonderful places where they say UFOs just kind of come out through the gateway.
The team meets UFO researcher Chris O'Brien, who has spent years compiling a database of local anomalous phenomena. O'Brien formulated the 4 criteria of UFO vortex areas that the team has been using in their investigation.
Very early on, I noticed patterns of activity, and I noticed that there seemed to be quite a number of reports that were coming along specific areas in the valley. Reports of strange Earth-type lights or orbs, fireballs from green, orange, yellow, red, blue. They all seem to be coming from these areas or centered around these areas. One of the things that I did early on was get a composite map, an aeromagnetic map of the area. It delineates out field strength in the Earth's magnetic field.
This U.S. Geological Survey map clearly shows the strengths of magnetic fields in the area. As shown by the key on the right, the highest readings are red, magenta, and pink. The strength of the magnetic field of the Sedona Mountains can be up to 500 times that of the surrounding countryside.